with an
Let's
ex.
go for it. Let's go on to the prawns.
The prawns. The prawns.
Hello. Oh shit, what's happening here?
Hello.
My hair.
How are you?
Hello, wonderful human beings, and welcome back to my channel. Look who I have today. Back again.
It's me.
It's Melanie Murphy.
Yeah.
You all know her. Because I'm not even going to try and introduce you. It's like, she does all these videos. You
better
know
me.
You know
like.
You all came from our channel.
We have just finished off a big discussion about breakups, and now we're continuing on by chatting about
Friends with exes.
good idea, bad idea.
Who knows? We will discover it in this video.
Yeah, and this is a new series idea by Sarah, so give it a thumbs up if you like the idea.
Yeah, so I based it off, if you ever watched Animaniacs, they had like
Yeah.
a mini series in it, like, good idea, bad idea. And they do kind of little sketches, and
yeah.
it's really funny.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea.
I think it's a good idea.
I actually think it's a bad idea.
No, it's not. It's a good idea.
I think it's a bad
It's very
idea.
good.
Well, that's us done. I think that's the first
Finished,
episode done.
Thanks for watching,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
So we're going to talk through the pros and the cons, the goods and the bads of being friends with exes, and then at the end we're going to decide the overall decision.
Yeah.
On
But I just want to say with this video, like, this is obviously based on our experiences with it, and everyone's going to have different experiences, and something that works for us may not work for you, or opposite way around. So don't take it as Bible. This is just our opinion.
But
on what
sure,
we
listen
think.
to us. Have a sit. Just listen to us.
You might have some very valid points, and maybe you notice something with your ex.
No, everything we say is right, okay?
Yeah, listen to us and just stick to it, alright?
Sarah, how many of your exes are you friends with?
Well, I'm like good friends, like really good friends with my first ex. I'm kind of friendly with like a couple others, and then there's like a few that like literally have blocked me on everything. They just won't talk to me. So I've a mixed bag. What about yourself?
So my two long-term exes do not speak to me. Went through a phase with one where we kind of became friends and stuff like that, but then I got the vibe that he was hoping it would go back in the other way. So yeah, we don't talk anymore. The other one just vanished off the face of the earth when we broke up. And then other people that I've dated and been involved with, I can be friendly with them on social media. You know, I'll acknowledge them if I see them at a thing. I can say hi and have a little awkwardy kind of acquaintance chat, but I would not consider any of them my friends. I have no friends who are my exes.
Well, I've got a few. I've got ones that they were never officially exes. But I have so much history with them, but I'm still like really good friends with them.
Yeah.
So I think I'll add them into my little pile as well, just because there's such intense feelings for them, and I think it's important as well, because I would kind of consider them exes.
I do consider people exes, even who we weren't like boyfriend girlfriend.
Yeah.
I think of them as an ex if there was a certain level of emotional involvement and sexual activity. There is one that I'm pretty good friends with, but we were never like dating. We were just
We know.
yeah.
We all know.
Yeah.
Good idea.
So the pros of being friends with an ex. Well, I think the biggest one would be because you spend so much time with this person and building this lovely relationship. Well, sometimes it's lovely. For me, it usually was quite lovely. You invest so much of your time, and
You get to know them really.
you get to know them so well. You get so close, and some of them become your best friend. And then if when you break up, it's nice that if you're still friends with them, you haven't lost that. You haven't wasted those times with this person.
It's such a shame, isn't it, to lose it. Do you ever think about that, where you do, say, walk by someone you used to be really close with, even if it's like an old friend, and you have all these memories, and now it's like you're strangers.
Yeah.
And I do think that is really sad. So
it feels like a waste, and I just feel like that friendship is just led to nothing, and it's really like really hard. So I think that's one of the biggest pros with being friends with ex. You don't lose that. It might be hard for a while, like being like proper friends with them, but you don't get to lose that connection.
If one person didn't want to break up, because I think there's probably very few breakups that are completely mutual. I'd say most of the time it's like more like one person wanting to stay and one person wanting to leave. Carrying on from that, if you're in a relationship with someone and you're really close to them, and then you're not together anymore, but like that person understands you in a way that a lot of people never will, like your normal friends, because when you have like a romantic and sexual relationship with someone, you just reach a certain level of intimacy that you don't with anyone else, even your family. So I feel like keeping that person, like they're always going to have more perspective on your problem. You know, if you want to talk to them about things that friends do, like you talk about your problems and current people you're dating, and and that kind of thing.
For me, I'm a very nostalgic person.
Yeah, me too.
So very, very, I love looking back and I love thinking about things. So with me, it's quite nice with my ex because we've gotten to a place where we can talk. We can sometimes bring it up that we went out. We're such good friends that it's not like we don't feel like we're exes. We're just really good friends. We do bring up sometimes our relationship, and it's just nice, like him saying something about like our relationship and bringing it up. I was like, oh, that was a lovely day, or that was a lovely memory, or that was really funny, or we can just joke about it. And it's just kind of nice, like remembering that, and that he's thinking of it fondly as well, rather than not knowing what they're thinking about you. Yeah. Like after you've gone, what they're saying to their friends, and like, oh, she's a bitch. Yeah. You know, I know that he still really cares for me, and then we can just joke about it and just enjoy like our memories that we had together, and it's I think that's really, really special.
Do you want me to start on my massive list of bad reasons to be friends with an ex?
Let's go for it. Let's go on to the prawns. The prawns. The prawns. Let's go on to the bad idea side of it.
Bad idea.
If it's someone that you broke up with and they wanted to stay with you, or it's someone that left you and you wanted to stay with them, I feel like the person who was like snipped out or whatever, it's keeping them shackled to you in such a way that, like, I got really upset when my last ex-boyfriend said that he could never be my friend. He said he'd never be able to see me as a friend, and I saw him as a friend, and he said that was really hurtful to him. And now I can really understand that, because if I think about it, people that I've been mad about still when we stopped seeing each other, to be around them and see them with new people killed me. Like, it's hard. It's difficult to see that them moved on when you're still not mentally fully moved on. I feel like it can be very hard to keep sexual tension out of the friendship for me with people that I've been with. So that's why I am friendly with some people who I had a thing with, but the friendship will only ever be very surface level, because I know that, like, it would just, you know, if we were sitting together drinking, just doing things that normal friends do, there'd always be a thing of like, we've had sex, we did all these things, you know what I mean? And I feel like that would always be there, and I'd feel disloyal to my partner, and I'd feel like they were being disloyal if they're in a new relationship.
I think that is one of the hardest things, because my first love is still one of my good friends, and for me, I don't think I'll ever properly get over it. Like, I think I'll always have a little bit of a thing for him, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I always felt really bad for having these little feelings, especially when I have a new boyfriend.
I'm the same. That's why I couldn't be around him. Like, I didn't want to be mates with him, because my feelings for him were never as friends. Do you know what I mean? So I never knew how to go backwards.
Yeah, that was the same for me, but then it's kind of like we had no choice. It's basically like I either had to like be his friend and see him every day, or I had to like leave that complete group. And I just didn't want to do that. So I've been like really good friends with him since we broke up like 11 years ago. It's like nearly 11 years ago. And I still have a little bit of a thing for him, and even when he gets with a new like girlfriend, I always feel a bit like jealous, and I hate it about myself, and I try not to show it, and I always try and make an effort with her, but like I do initially get that like, and I want, like, it's so bad, like when he gets single again, I want him to like find me attractive and think, oh, maybe I should have got back to her because she's so amazing, and I hate that, like I hate that about myself, and I want to be just like,
I think it's a very normal thought. Like, I think even people who are in a relationship, finding out that an ex is single or whatever, you never want to run into an ex looking like crap. You always want to run into them looking great, because you don't want their opinion of you to be like, oh, I'm so glad that ended.
Look at her now, like.
And that remains with nearly everyone I've ever spoken to. Like, I don't know anyone who doesn't feel like that. I think that's a very normal thing. I do wish that we were friends in that we could reminisce about old times, and I think that would be lovely, but at the same time, having them around would just always give me that what if, like what if we ended up together, what would life have been like?
That's exactly what it is for me, and I hate it. Like, I absolutely hate it about myself, and that's a big like con for me, because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to like think, oh, he's single now, well maybe, and then fantasize about like us getting back together and like all that stupid shit, and I hate doing it, but it does happen, and I'm admitting it, but I try and get out of that mindset and just think, Sarah, you just think about all the good times you had with them.
Yeah, rose-tinted glasses.
Yeah, because we get on so well, like, as friends, and that's why I thought we, like, were a good couple, because we had such a good, like, friendly relationship, like, we had the same interests and everything like that, and that's why I always think, oh, we're so good together, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
I have to remember, it did not work.
Yeah, it's a romanticized thing as well, I think, in culture as well. It's like, you know, people ending up with their first love is such, like, a cute, beautiful thing, and, you do always think that it will be this way, but then without realizing that you've become completely different people over all those years. Like, it's funny, my last relationship, within 6 years, like, the person I fell in love with, or the person that, like, I never really felt like in love in my second relationship. I think that's only because I wasn't properly over my first one. Don't rebound, it's a really bad idea. By the end of that relationship, it was a different person than when I first got into the relationship, but we didn't grow together. A lot of couples, they'll grow together, but a lot of couples grow apart. And if you do grow apart, you can't feel guilty then, because yeah, I did really want to be with you, but like, you aren't that you. You're a new person. So that can happen, and you romanticize, not you, but like everyone, people do this, where they'll think about their ex and being with their ex and stuff like that, but they don't even know like what it would be like to be in a relationship with that person anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's a completely different scenario. Like,
you guys were in secondary school.
I had like low self-esteem, like such bad low self-esteem. I don't know how he stuck with me for a year. Well done, Keith, well done. Because he would tell me that I'm beautiful, and I would tell him, I would literally tell him to shut up. I was like, just shut up, like, don't say that to me. Like, I just could not take it. I need to put up with that. And then I had a real problem. My eyes wander, and I start fancying other people.
Eyes do
but I let it take over too much. And I like fantasized about being with that person. It's like, maybe I shouldn't be with him, even though I was so in love with him. I wanted to marry him, but I wanted other options as well, because I wasn't so used to attention. Yeah, I wasn't used to attention, and I'm very sorry for the way I treated you, because I just couldn't deal with being in a relationship at the time, because I didn't love myself. So I've completely like U-turned now, and I'm a completely different person, and I'm sure he is a completely different person as well. Well, I know he is, because I know him.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you don't know how that's gonna work. Like, it's just stupid to fantasize about an ex.
What could be,
because it didn't work one time, and.
But I'd say being friends with an ex makes that problem worse. Like, I never really even, my exes very rarely come into my head now, because I'm not friends with them. It's usually if I see someone pop up on social media that I was used to be with, a little flickering thought will come into my head, and you will just kind of picture something, but then straight away I'm just like, what am I even thinking about? Like, I literally don't know this person anymore. That's because I'm not friends with them, which is good.
The worst thing, I think, with being friends with an ex is sometimes like you can be completely over them. It's like, I'm grand, I'm absolutely fine,
moved on,
and then you fall for them again. Like, I fell back in love with him. Like, not even just fancied him, I fell back in love with him.
Oh my god.
It was he had a girlfriend at the time. I remember the exact moment it happened. We were having a party in my house, and him and his girlfriend arrived first, and she was quite quiet for some reason, but it was me and him chatting the whole time, and it was almost like there was chemistry between us still, and we were kind of just laughing and joking, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm starting to have feelings for him. Then it just kept on building, and then someone told me, like a while later at that party, one of my friends said to his girlfriend, it's like, why aren't they two together? They work so well. And that got in my head, and it just completely built up, and I just fell in love with him again. And then I didn't know how to deal with it, because I didn't want to tell him, I didn't want to like cause any drama. Like, I really liked his girlfriend, like I got on really well with her, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, so I just told him, I texted him, and I said, listen, this is my situation. I'm not saying this for any sort of reaction from you. I'm just letting you know that if you come up to me like at a party or something and I walk away, or if you come up to a group of us and I walk away, it's not because I hate you. It's the exact opposite. And I need to get away from you. And he respected that, and he was like, yeah, that's absolutely fine.
I think that's why the distance does so much good.
Oh, definitely. You need, like, I didn't have any distance from him. Like, I literally was hanging out with him 2 days after we broke up.
It's very hard to move on.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know how I would move on if and it's mad, because I pushed for a friendship out of my last ex, and he was having none of it, and I'm really glad. I'm really glad, because like, we did stay kind of friendly when we first broke up, and then 5 months later got back together and stayed together for another year and a half, and then we broke up again, and you know, I think that was like a lesson learned that like us being friends can't happen, because you know, we'll just feel bad that each other is lonely or whatever it was
that
made us get back. It can have a massive effect on your current partner as well. So say if my current boyfriend was like good friends with his first love and was like hanging out with her and, you know, going to the shops with her and just doing things that friends do, I could not handle that. Like I would be so jealous of that, and I feel like he would have the right to be jealous as well. Not that it would, you know, I would never like tell anyone what to do, and I wouldn't want someone to tell me what to do, but I do think there's like just a level of there's something there that it can just affect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh definitely. Like with my current boyfriend, when he found out that like I see my ex all the time every time I come home to Ireland, he's like, that's a bit weird, I don't know how I feel about that.
And it's so understandable.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, it's not like that. I'm like, yes, he's my ex, but like, he's my friend, like, more so than anything. It was only when he met my ex, he kind of calmed down a little bit, because he realised that there was nothing between us, obviously. And he met him, he really liked him, he thought he was a really nice guy. And they had a little discussion, like, it was so cute. They were at a bar, and they were drinking, and I was just off talking to my ex's girlfriend. And my ex just asked my boyfriend, he was like, so do you love her? And he was like my boyfriend was like tearing up, was like, yeah, I really do. Aww. And then my ex said, I've never seen her this happy. Aww. You know, and that meant so much to him, like coming from an ex, like, and he was like, I think then there was never any problems. There was a respect
between
them.
There
was.
That's
and it was
nice.
Really, really nice.
So
that
then it's not a con if the current partner becomes friends with the ex.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. They kind of had, it's kind of like an unsaid thing where we're cool. Yeah, we're cool. I thank Keith for saying that to Andy, because it really reassured him like a lot, and it meant a lot to him as well. And it was nice for him to say that, even for me thinking that, like, oh, it's visible that how happy I am, and I just like that he could see that in me as well.
What's your overall decision on this?
Yeah, so we have got to decide, is it a good idea or a bad idea to be friends with an ex?
It depends on the situation, obviously. So, like, for example, with Sarah's situation, there is no way of you not being friends, and there is a lot of positives out of that. But I think, like, in general, there's a reason why a lot of people who break up don't stay friends, and I think that's a good thing.
Overall, it is a bad idea, because, like with me, as I said, I kept on going back in and out of love with him, and every time you get a new girlfriend, I'd be a bit jealous, and there's always that something between us, well, at least I felt it anyway, and it's very hard to get over. And like I said, I'm still not like over him, and I don't know, because he's my first love as well. It's hard, because you always have like a soft spot for your first love. You do, yeah. So I don't know if that adds to it as well, or I could be completely over him if I didn't ever see him again. Having said that, like, I would never not want to be friends with my ex, the one that I'm currently friends with, because I like absolutely love him to bits. Like, he's like one of my closest friends. Yeah, such
cute friends.
But I just don't think I would do it with any other exes ever again. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can say hello to you if I see you on the street. Some of you don't want to. I know some of you absolutely hate me. I don't know why. I didn't do anything, but okay. But yeah, I don't think for me it was a good idea. But that's not saying it could be a great idea for you guys. So don't take this as Bible. This is just what we feel.
Just some food for thought.
Yeah, just think very carefully when you're deciding if you want to be friends with an ex or not. I think just take it with caution.
Weigh up how it's going to affect you, if it is something you can deal with, or if it's just going to hurt your mental health even more, if it's going to make you jealous, if it's going to make you pining after them and all that kind of stuff. Just think about it a lot.
But also I would suggest, think about, if you're the one who broke up with the person, you have to think about the other person as well.
Yeah, so respect it if they don't want to be your friend.
Yeah, don't get aggressive with them, I don't think, because they are trying to deal with losing you, and you are fabulous. Yeah. So you have to respect if they don't want to be your friend. I don't think it's like as personal as you might think it might be. I think it's just,
that's a really good point.
Yeah, they don't want to. They don't want to see you with someone else. So they just want to kind of cut ties and just step back. So you've got to respect that. That was a lovely chat. Yeah, it was lovely. Thanks for watching.
I should have had a cup of tea during that.
Oh yeah, it would have been nice. I brought some Coke and didn't even drink some.
Gobshite.
I know, absolute gobshite.
But yeah, thanks for having me on your channel again.
No problem.
And if yous would like more chats, if you haven't seen my video already with Sarah, we've got a few collabs that we did together. Yeah, so
we dabbled in a few.
Go watch them, and we'll see you in another collab.
And please subscribe as well. And if you can give it a wee thumbs up, please subscribe. It'd be lovely.
Go on.
It'd be lovely. I'd absolutely love it. Okay? Right, thanks.
Day.
Bye, guys.
Yay! We did a ting.
We did a ting.